The actual episode isn't happening yet, but you need to see this. Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth tier of Swiss football. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the contract negotiation screen between myself and Timo Rigetti. If you remember, this guy is the really good center back. They will still only let me offer him $12,000 a year on salary, which is unbelievably low compared to the rest of the team. So we're trying to get around that by offering him everything. This contract includes so much stuff that he's never going to unlock. He's a center back. He's not scoring 30 goals. He's not getting 30 assists. But I've put as much into this as I possibly can. I'm trying. Like, I don't think there's anything else that I could put into this contract that'll make him like it more. Okay. If he gets capped by Switzerland, no, it's the same. It's fucking all right. Please, God damn it! Oh, I'm so sad. Welcome back to Liechtenstein Legends. Alright, so funny moments aside, our little Timo Rigetti saga has come to an end. That little clip was a few weeks back, but we have signed Timo Rigetti. I was able to offer him $16,000 and eventually talked him into signing a contract. He's good. He's a very good player. He hasn't quite played amazing yet, but I am very certain that this is a good signing. He's young. He's not that expensive. Just a good player. Before we get into the games, let's have a look at the season. It's not bad, is it? Can't really complain. We, of course, drew our first two starting games. They both looked pretty awful. Wins against Linz, Tuch, and St. Gallen's under 21s. A couple friendlies in there during the international break. Winterthur's under 21s. A draw against Talwil, which we arguably should have won. Red Star, another win. DT-Con, another win. And a draw, rather, against Paradiso in the last game. A weird one where we ended up with 10 men versus 10 men. Dorta also picked up a minor knock, forcing him off the pitch. But he's back and he's good to go. Today in our I guess derby against Balzers. So as things stand, we're top of the table, 2 points clear, undefeated. There are 3 undefeated seasons. It's us, Grasshoppers, and Wettwil Bonstetten, who have 6 draws, but also undefeated. So a very, very cool start to the season. I'm pretty hyped. Of course, today we'll be doing Balzers. I'll be kind of updating you a little bit about the Kosovo, mostly just the goals, and then we'll be playing against Triesenberg 2 in the quarterfinal of the Liechtenstein Cup. We dodged Vaduz. That's all we can really ask for. And if you look at the quarterfinal, our B team is still alive. They'll be playing Balzers. Our B team was able to win against Triesen. Our C team lost to Balzers' B team. This cup, I mean, they're so desperate for teams that they just, every team is 3 teams. Whatever, though. We are in the quarterfinals of this, of course, as well. So, as things stand, you might be wondering how I've dealt with the homegrown problem. I haven't. We don't make substitutions. I found, of course, I believe this was already in the last episode, I found a few really, really bad homegrown players that I was able to put on the bench. We can't really improve our goalkeeping situation. I mean, I guess we could really try to develop Tim Öri because, like, he's younger, but, I mean, he's got a first touch of 1 and communication of 2, and, like, I don't really know if I want to put him in goal. But this is what we're basically running. As of right now, Sondre Ecker is suspended, as is Nico Tuni, which changes our lineup a little bit. We've got Meyer in goal, Wiebel and Kaufmann on either side playing defensively, with Rigetti and Kuhn is the center-back duo. Scherer comes in as the Mezzala. Amzi, this is actually Scherer's season debut. I just kind of forgot he was on the team, honestly, but he looks really good. Amtsi continues to play. He's not a particularly good player attributes-wise, but he's been putting in a shift, doing an okay job filling a homegrown quota. Meyer up on the right. He's not our best right winger, but he again fills the homegrown quota. And he's not too bad. Felipe Dorta with 9 goals in 10 games. Dorta is my king. I love him. Ibrahimi is actually our main striker now. Of course, we saw an early season injury to Sabanovic. He played 1 game, scored 1 goal, and then was immediately injured. And Ibrahimi stepped in and has scored 6 times in 8 goals, or 6 times in 8 games. So he's our #1 striker now. He's pretty good. Vuleta continues to play as the sort of deeper line pressing forward role. 2 goals, 3 assists, not doing too bad at all. So with all that, let's just get right into it. But first, I did actually have one other signing, which is a little interesting. Martin Büchel, maybe the most highly regarded Liechtenstein player of the last couple decades. Not an amazing player by any stretch, but played in the Super League for a while, played for FC Zurich, moved to Vaduz for a little while, and ever since then, he's been kind of in and around. Came back to Red Star Zurich, who are actually in our division, and I signed him from Red Star Zurich. He's not expensive, he's not even on a salary, he's only paid when he plays, and he's pretty damn good, honestly. I think even like 2.5 stars is a little bit selling him short. 75 caps, 33 years of age, but still okay on the physical side of things. I think he's a pretty good guy to have, and especially since we don't really have much depth in the midfield, so that's another bit of a new signing. And with all that done, all the admin work out of the way, let's jump right into our derby against Balzers. Well, we're 32 minutes into the game. There's been literally no highlights. There we go. 35 minutes gone, and finally we have a highlight. It's starting off with Kaufmann. Not exactly the best clearance. Straight to Lalala. We are, of course, in the white and blue, so this is not really what I love to see. Kühne! Oh, no. Oh, no. That was one of the worst finishes. And somehow our keeper just stood there. Our keeper problem is a very real problem, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't want to watch that again. That was gross. Alright, no changes going into the second half, mostly because I just literally can't make any. Amtsi is not an amazing player, and he's playing poorly, so I might actually sub him off, which is not really something I ever do, barring injuries, but Dorta with an opportunity here, perhaps? Goes for the cross into Ibrahimi. It's off the bar. No! Ibrahimi's going to be able to pick it up, though. Can he find the next ball in? He can. Not good enough, but Scherer picks it up. Amtsi, Meyer. There's a lot of options there, but can't quite find a way through. It's unfortunate. I feel like Amtsi comes off. We're 60 minutes in now. We'll see what happens here real quick. Rigetti does well. Meyer to Scherer. And with Dorta moving forward, nice little chip forward to Ibrahimi, but he can't quite make much happen. Vuleta, Dorta! Alright, we have to just change something up. I mean, they're not good players, but these two, switching a bad player out for another bad player, maybe it just changes the flow of the game a little bit. I don't know, we'll find out. Thus far, nothing is happening. We've had 1.25 XG to their 0.23, which is always fun. We're going to go a little bit higher tempo. Focus play down the left specifically. Work the ball in the box, and let's see what happens, huh? You know, I might actually put work the ball into box on as a permanent, sort of instruction. This is not working. Nothing is happening. I mean, like, none of these players are good. That's the problem, right? Like, I can't really... Like, Stefan Vuleta's playing pretty poorly, so I guess let's get the hitter on. He's infinitely worse, but he has good finishing. So maybe if he just finds himself in a good opportunity and in a good position. Good free kick by Dorta. He scored 1 already this season. And we got ourselves a corner. He is very, very good off these set pieces, but not so much that time, as Kaufmann is going to try to be able to get on the end of this. 6 minutes remain. Can we at least get a draw? Balzers are not doing terribly, so this would not do well for our title ambitions. Nope, that's going to be it. A little bit of an FMing there. 17 shots to 3. Well... Meyer is a really bad goalkeeper. You know what? After that, I think we are actually going to try our 16-year-old goalkeeper. Can't be any worse. It literally cannot be any worse. All right, so I feel like given how short that game was, highlights-wise, I think I'm just going to bring you the entirety of the Kosovo game, which hopefully will be a more entertaining game for us. Kosovo sitting in 13th position at the minute. You can see me just rejecting all these offers. They're homegrown players that I want sitting on my bench. Kosovo not doing well at all. 8 points from the first 10 games. How's their recent form? Not the worst they've experienced, but not good by any means. I mean, a draw with Gatesay is pretty good. An away win against Gossau is also not bad. I'm actually a little bit curious now that the season started. Let's see what our wage budget is like compared to... Oh, I mean, like... We're actually the highest. I mean, we just kind of ignore these because they're the... You know, the B team kind of messes with the game. But we have the highest wage budget out of everyone else, which is... I mean, it's nice. It means that we probably should be expected to win the league. I believe expected points is a thing. Where is it? All right, I can't find expected points, but... expected goals, 18. Henk is second with 14. So we're doing an exceptional job at creating chances, which is always good to see. Get this out of my face. Okay. And yeah, so we only have 2 days off between now and the Triesenberg game, but the Triesenberg game should be really, really easy in theory. Now, the question is how we'll do against Gossau on the weekend, but that's not going to be y'all's issue. We're not going to be doing that in this video. But Kosovo, I mean, they're not doing well. Let's pile on the misery, huh? Why do they want us to play defensively? Our defenders are... We don't excel when we play defensively. The only 4 players above a 7.0 average rating are our 4 forward-most players, rather. So... That's not a thing. I've made one change. I switched goalkeepers to the objectively worse goalkeeper who definitely can't perform worse than we saw in the last game. And that's not just a one-time thing either. I mean, Meyer has been a terrible goalkeeper for me. And I mean, a lot of that is just the level of play and also the fact that I can't sign anybody better because I need a homegrown person in goal. Maybe that's something we look for next season. The same homegrown rules apply in the next league if we do get promoted, but if I can sort of find a homegrown player to fill in a different role, maybe I can bring in a good goalkeeper, because I feel like, you know, a good goalkeeper, pretty important, pretty pivotal to the success of a team, more so than, you know, let's say, like, a good center mid. Like, if we're playing 2 center mids and one is good and one is meh, probably less of a problem. Vuleta! Oh my god, how's he missed? All right, corner comes in from them. 19 minutes gone. Now we have a little bit of a knock on Kühne, which does suck because he is both homegrown and not a terrible player. He's a 2-star player who's homegrown. One of the more important players in the squad purely because of the way the rules are set up. Zenuni is through. Oh, wow. Early. Ooh. I'm liking what I'm seeing from our little 16-year-old goalkeeper. That sounded like a sex offender right there. Okay. All right, moving swiftly onwards. 20 minutes gone. We're leading in XG, leading in shots, leading in possession. Generally speaking, just kind of dominating the game. And yet nothing is happening. We're gonna yell at the lads a little bit. 39.5 minutes gone. Can we win the knockdown? Vuleta does well. Amtsi to Scherer. Amtsi, maybe a long ball forward. Finds that long ball. Orochi. Can we not lose the man in front, please? I mean, they did an okay job closing him down there, forcing the ball back, but what a fucking goal by Graf. What? Mates. I mean, it is wild how many random bangers we're having in this level of play. It is a little wild. Jesus Christ. All right, an immediate option for us to counter here, or possibility rather, with Kaufmann. Ibrahimi, no! He had a moment like that in the last game too. Ibrahimi, oh my God, we're lining up for another FMing. Please no. We're gonna point the finger. I've had a bad experience, several bad experiences with throwing the water bottles. We're gonna stick away with that. Stay away from that. Kaiser is gonna come on for Koenig. He's playing so badly. Amtsi is gonna come off as well for Hamcic. I mean, there isn't really much we can do, but we're gonna do our best here. Dropping points, especially 2 losses in a row, would be terrible. We went from invincible to maybe 2 losses in a row. Come on, lads. Alright, Cuff. Oh my god, man. I'm not liking that they're already in possession again. I'm not liking this at all. Tsenuni. Early is so much better in goal. We're just... Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you get with a passing of 1. Which is an actual stat that it's an actual attribute that this guy has, if I'm not mistaken. No, he has a passing of 4, actually. You know, let's not sell him too short. Throw deep in our half. I mean, at this point, there's not that much else that we can do. I mean, just go a little bit more attacking and pray. Well, all of my compliments for early are rescinded at this point. I think it's fair to say. Yikes. Okay, I mean, we need a goal now. We need one now. Meyer, Hamcic. This is not the direction of their goal, lads. Oh my... Okay. Dorta finds Meyer. Can we get a ball through, maybe? Meyer goes alone? Oh, hits the post. Honestly, optimistic, but... I mean, he did well, man. Almost got it. But we need more than that. There's no way. There's no way, right? I don't like it. This is the 2nd episode. I've won so many games, and you haven't seen any of them. I feel hard done by here. I don't know, maybe it's a curse. If this happens too many times, it's gonna look like I'm save scumming off of when I'm not broadcasting. I promise I'm not. There's nothing that I hate more. Ay, ay. Except for maybe my defensive line, including the goalkeeper, who has an unbelievable rating of 5.8. I mean, we're playing against the B team of a team that's 2 divisions lower than us in the cup. There's no way it can get any worse, right? I'm aware that's what I said about the goalkeeping shambles, but there's no way it can get any worse. Full-time, Kosovo, who are in 13th place out of 15, win 3-0, and I want to die. Kuhn's only out for 2 days, but I don't think the homegrown rules are going to be as bad in the cup, so hopefully everything is okay. I'm not doing this. I don't do it. All right, so the cup is a lot easier, actually. It's just a limit on non-EU players. So we'll be back with a cup game, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. The Liechtenstein Cup kicks off for us in the quarterfinals. We've made a couple changes here. Martin Büchel will make his debut in the midfield. Nico Turney returns, and we just get more people on the bench. We get Savanovic, Gaye, Kühne, who are all pretty good players. We get access to them on the bench, so that's going to be nice. And I'm going to do some pointing, or some hands on hips. Oh, there we go. And tell them we need to step up our game. This is the absolute best opportunity for us to win just like 8-0, and I want it. I'm here for it. You guys deserve to see a win. You guys have come back for the 2nd episode, maybe even the 3rd if you watched the prequel, or the prologue rather, and you guys deserve to see a win. So let's get it done. We're 2 minutes into the game. Already a couple of yikes passes from them, but we're not quite able to make too much happen. They're actually in possession now. This is not what I was anticipating to kick things off. Turney's header is not great. Kaiser finds a through ball to Bali, but nope, Kaufmann is good. Meyer returns to the goal because apparently he's not the worst goalkeeper we have. And now a counterattack with Vuleta. Pressing forward, finds himself onto the right-hand side. Ibrahimi, narrowly wide. He's had a little bit of a mini dry spell lately, so I'm hoping that he can sort of revitalize himself today, get himself a goal or 5. 8 minutes down as a throw-in comes pretty deep in their half. Traxel. Ooh, nicely blocked by Dorta. Finds the ball to Ibrahimi, and there it is. The first of the hopefully 5. 1-0. Nurkan Ibrahimi. Nicely done. 8 minutes down. This is what we're here for. We're here for an absolute smashing. The way he smashed the ball into the back of the net. The absolute venom on that shot, by the way. Look at this. Just so powerful. Absolutely nothing the goalkeeper can do. More of the same, boys. More of the same. Genie. Kaiser. Can we get the ball off him and immediately score again? That'd be nice. They're working the ball around in the midfield. Not really accomplishing too much just yet. You can see we're pressing a little bit here. We're trying our best to close them down. Just like, not really so much gegenpressy, but trying our best to force them to do something and try to make them make a mistake. As Martin Büchel, 9 minutes into his debut game, slots home with a lovely solo move there. Wins the ball, dribbles down half the pitch, and just slots it home. Brilliantly done. This is what I wanted when I signed this man. Büchel with the interception. I don't know where their left back is. Is Demeter their left back? Number 3, I guess he is. And Büchel just slots home for a 2-0 lead. Nicely done by the boys. And this video may actually end up being a little bit on the longer side, even though the last 2 games were very short. This one, we might have a lot of highlights on our hands as Scherer finds Felipe Dorta. Can he find a ball forward? Opts to go back to Rigetti instead. Weibel finding the long ball, not quite arriving, but Dorta wins the knockdown. Scherer. I like that we're being a little patient this time around. Dorta. Oh, goes for... I thought that was actually a lob. A bit of a confusing perspective. But Dorta finds it. 11.5 minutes down. And it's 3. Felipe Dorta finds his 10th goal of the season. Oh, this is what I wanted. It's beautiful. Midway through the word beautiful, I remembered that the first game of the season, we went up 3-0 and then drew. So let's get a couple more just to be safe. 22 minutes down, a little tiny bit of downtime, about 10 minutes. As now we look to work things again. Long ball forward. Nicolette heads it on to Kaiser, but not... Oh man, they just don't maintain possession for very long at all. Possession-wise, only 55 for us. But whenever the highlights happen, it looks like we're just instantly winning the ball back as Felipe Dorta finds himself onto the left wing. Scherer going out to help, the Mazzala. Weibel with a long ball for Dorta. Can he find a ball into the center? He can, and Vuleta makes it 4. Now, Stjepan Vuleta, a very high average rating, but he doesn't score very much. He's a more supportive pressing forward. Gets his 3rd of the season, though. I feel like he deserves a couple more goals here and there, so nicely done. Brilliantly worked team move here. Weibel with the long ball forward. Dorta could have shot and probably would have scored. But I think like he looks at that, he sees, okay, I have like a 60% chance of scoring. If I just lay it off, no way for them to prevent it. So lovely sort of, I guess, a lack of selfishness there, which is always good to see. A little bit sloppy by Vuleta there, as all of a sudden our opponents have an opportunity with Bali. Our goalkeeping remains a bit of a shambles, although that wasn't entirely the goalkeeper's fault. More so, Vuleta immediately scores and then immediately causes an absolute cock-up that results in a goal for the opposition. But so far, it's all okay. It's all okay. I think we have a couple players who have shutout bonuses, so we're actually saving money on this. We also have goal bonuses, so I guess not really. Dorta finds the ball into Vuleta. Oh, man, I mean, a lot of really good opportunities for us, but can't score them all, right? That's another highlight. Right, yeah, 38 minutes into the game now as Pancho finds the ball in, but Felipe Dorta once again in the way. Sander is going to be able to pick it up relatively deep as he tries to find a way forward. Not going to be able to do too much there with Weibel finding it. Ibrahimi. Weibel still on the field is, actually, I just forgot to switch in our better left back for this game, but I guess it'll keep him a little bit more energized for the Gossau game. Bit sloppy there, as again it's Vuleta who loses possession. Despite his goal, not playing amazing. And since I actually have options off the bench today, maybe I bring him off at halftime. Never mind, Voleta scores a brace, 5-1, 39 minutes into the game. I feel like I've been cursed lately, where every time I talk about how good someone is, they immediately go to shit. And every time I talk about how bad someone is, they immediately just do something awesome. So, I mean, well done, Voleta. Good job. All right, I'll give you the applause that you probably feel you deserve. Hurliman. Another highlight. I mean, we're on key highlights, but they just never end in this game. We have so many good attacking opportunities as Ibrahimi plays very patiently, finds a killer ball into Dorta, who just dribbles it on in and somehow misses that. Unfortunate for Dorta this time around. 2 assists and a goal to his name in the first half as we go into the halftime break with, I would say, a fair amount of confidence. With all that in mind, I think we actually probably look to rest Rigetti. Just because we have a game in like 3 days. And we can bring on Gaye, actually. I think that's the change we're going to make up top. Even though Voleta had 2 goals, he also had quite a few mistakes. And it's just good to rest him, you know. And Gaye immediately scores an offside goal. Unfortunately, it is going to be disallowed this time. But, I mean, getting involved. Getting involved in the action. You'll love to see that. What's going to be going on here? Okay, it's a free kick opportunity for Felipe Dorta. A little bit further out this time. It goes for goal, and it's a great strike. 6-1 with 40 minutes to go. I said I wanted 8 or 9 goals. Maybe we can make it 10. Let's see. Dorta, I mean, 2 goals, 2 assists. How much more can you ask for the man? He's on a 9.8. I'd love to just see him round it out with a perfect 10. Let's see it, Felipe. Let's do it. Michael Scherer is getting a little tired. He is going to play in the next game. Büchel, on the other hand, probably. And you know what? Maybe Büchel deserves to play. An assist and a goal. He's not technically as good as Scherer. But I think he deserves to play the next league game. Let's give him a start. In that case, let's actually bring Ibrahimi off. He hasn't played amazing, and Sabanovic literally hasn't played since that first game of the season because of his injury. So Sabanovic is going to get 10 minutes. Dorta, ratings falling off a little bit, so he's not looking like he's going to get that perfect 10. And the time has well and truly ticked away here. So regardless, this is exactly the kind of bounce back that I was looking for. I mean, it's an easy opponent, but still nice to still get a big win under our belts. Dorta going for the hat trick, can't quite make it happen. And I mean, we'll see what the schedule looks like. I don't want to breeze through this season super duper fast because it's the first season of the save, but you know, I want to bring you guys interesting games, and there's only so much that we can go with. Looks like our B team lost to Balzers 3-1. Oh no. And I'm interested about when the semifinal happens. Now, obviously, the hope is that we can dodge Vaduz. What's the expectation, actually, for the Liechtenstein? Not important, they say. I mean, Europa Conference League is a lot of fucking money, dudes. Like, it's pretty important. So let's have a look at the schedule. The Liechtenstein semifinal. Oh my god, it's in April. Okay, in that case, never mind. Yeah, so let's come back at the end of the year. Let's do a double header of the under-21s. We'll play against St. Gallen and against Winterthur, and we'll see how those 2 games go on. In the meantime, if you guys have enjoyed this little triple header, slap that like button. If you guys want to be informed when the next video goes up, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell. And thank you for joining me once again on this second episode of Liechtenstein Legends, where, I mean, we're doing okay, guys. We're doing okay. And hopefully we can manage to go up as champions, despite the setbacks. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.